right, so it is Sunday and it is 11:20. We're here at Travis's house. We went to PRI, did the after party, hung out with a lot of good people, a lot of good friends, met a lot of good people. Let's head in here and see what we've got in the garage today. So this car here behind me is our 2025 giveaway for the Outback in the Midwest. This car did not look like this a couple days ago, didn't have the wheels on it. What else have they done? I think over here, torn apart in here, but we've got a fender in here because this car actually came from an auction, had like a little front end hit here. But this is going down to Freddie's in Florida, Tavares on YouTube if you don't know him. He's done a lot of work on this, and you can actually show him over here. It's got Brembos on it, all four corners. They put some brakes on it. A lot of lists of maintenance stuff because he's actually driving this from Indianapolis to Florida, actually I think this afternoon. So stay tuned on his channel for that. A lot of good plans for that. But the real reason we came out here obviously was to drop the OBS off, but I may have made a bad decision. I don't have the key on me here, but if you just want to pan over that way. Long story short, obviously, as you guys know, I have the Holden, and a buddy in Australia had reached out, Mark Boxer. He actually owns Hoon TV here. This car has a full build series on YouTube. I'll plug his channel right there. But this car here is a Ford Falcon XR6 Turbo Ute. So that is a Barra. That is an inline six with it's got a baby turbo over here for now. And I honestly don't know any plans for this car. It was just more or less like popped up and I was like, maybe, you know, may as well. So we shipped it here. I think we bought it in May or something like that, and it got here in September, but we couldn't pick it up because we were on 666 in the other Ute. So yeah, it's got a Haltech, a lot of really good, you know, high-end parts on it. The car makes, let's pull this out here. Here's the dyno sheet, good power all the way up through. I can't read that, so what I did, you know, I took the Aussie terms up there, and I converted them to the Bald Eagle. So 450 horsepower at about 590 torque. So these cars make really good power, really easy. So the setup on this car is honestly, from what I've heard, because I'm not too familiar with these, is like really, really, really low end as far as what you can do with them. So it's pretty much a stock replacement turbo because this car came naturally aspirated, but everything kind of bolts on. So we've got a lot of good parts here. Like, you know, fuel regulator, and it's got a Raceworks rail on it, a lot of AN fittings and stuff like that. Lowered, you know, these come from the factory with those on, the Fords do. But Simmons, new brakes. He honestly went around the whole car and did a lot of maintenance stuff that most people wouldn't do when you buy a car from. So as far as the suspension, the brakes, really just a lot of little stuff. The only things I have done to this car was this hood here. So the hood is actually off of an XR8. Which is an 8-cylinder. So they're usually flat, but this hood here has obviously the bulge in the middle for like a cowl hood. They call them bulge hood, haha. And then it had a soft tonneau cover. So you see this Ute has another hard cover on the back. Similar to this one, they call them twin humps in Australia. But this silver Falcon here came with a soft cover, which is just like a rollable tonneau cover. And I wanted the twin hump. So I had that fitted before it got shipped over here, and then this was a surprise because I didn't even know it had this, but you press the button and it is all electronic. So it pops up. We've got the hood in the back there, the factory flat hood, but it is just like your normal pickup truck. Same thing as the other Ute. It's got a spare tire underneath, and obviously the tailgate here is just like the other one. This is a heavier tailgate in comparison to those from what I've noticed and stuff, but a lot of similar stuff. Of course, we can go over here and show them the driver's side. A lot of similar stuff, of course, is right-hand drive. This car is an automatic, which is fine. Autos, whatever. If you're wanting to make it fast, which I'm not hinting at anything here, auto is the way to go. To be consistent with stuff, stick shifts are fun. I'm a stick shift guy, obviously. But I have no idea what the plans for this car are. Makes good power now, but we may have to turn it up. Like I said, I don't really have any idea for this thing, so let me know what you guys want to see. If you have any questions on this thing, drop a comment. I'll see if I can answer them to the best of my ability, because obviously I'm a Holden guy. I've got a Harrop Supercharged shirt on here, obviously because mine's supercharged. But yeah, we figured we tried the Ford out here. This is actually the first Ford I've ever purchased. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I may be going down the wrong path, but we'll see. So I'm excited to see what's to come with this thing. And yeah, thanks to Mark Boxer. Make sure you guys go to his channel and check out everything he's got. And then I'll plug these other guys down here: Haltech, Bear of the World, Raceworks, Hoon TV, of course, All Trade Automotive, which is, he tuned this car. Maculek did like the little fit and finish pieces as far as the battery tray hold down. And then of course, Horsepower Junkie for some internal engine stuff. So the car has, I guess, the typical stuff that you would do to a Barra, like as far as springs and oil pump, you know, chain, all that sort of stuff. But it's cool because I'm not familiar with this car or the platform, so it's something honestly to learn. I know it makes cool noises. I'll turn this on real quick. It's cold, so I won't do nothing too crazy, but let's get this thing loaded up on the trailer, and before we do that, we'll see what it can do. All right, so we did a little burnout there through a code. I think it's just for like an ABS or something, because typical Ford fashion, did a one-wheel peel. So we're just gonna take it down the road real quick, and obviously can't do anything. It's wet out here, so can't do anything too cool, but it'll probably make a couple cool noises here. I'll turn that button there off. What do we say we stab it right here and see what it does? It'll do it. Yeah, it's a lot of intake noise there. Let me see if I can roll Grant's window up. But yeah, it makes cool noises, does cool things, and it is extremely low. We scraped actually leaving Travis's garage there and tore the concrete up a little bit, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Just gotta, I guess, watch going in and out of places. I'll leave this window down here, so maybe you can hear a little turbo noise. Let's see here. Woo! Damn, that is loud. I'm not a turbo guy. Well, I wasn't a turbo guy, but now obviously we have one. So yeah, and this thing honestly rips. It's wet out, but it has ripped so far in the wet and cold for you know, being a Ford, because I'm not a Ford guy. But it's impressed me thus far, I'll say that. Okay, well, here it is. It is behind me, obviously loaded on the trailer. This thing has had a crazy journey. It's spent the last couple months here at Travis's because I haven't had a chance to come pick it up. And before that, it's been a couple months on a boat in a container coming from Australia, obviously. And it got stuck in the Panama Canal, or yeah, Panama Canal, somewhere down there, bounced around in some shipping yards. We're gonna head back to St. Louis, but let's do a check here on the strap. That ain't going nowhere. We'll see you in St. Louis.